This brush changed the way that my concealer looks when it's applied. I strictly only used to use beauty blenders to blend out my concealer, and ever since I started using this, it has literally been the biggest game changer when I apply my makeup. This is Hourglass's Vanish Concealer Brush. I am picky when it comes to brushes whenever I'm blending out any kind of cream or liquid products on my face. The bristles in this brush are bristling. They're not too dense, but they're not like overly dense. So it just gives you that effortless, like flawless application whenever you're blending out any kind of concealer, especially under your eyes. I might as well show you guys how I like to use this brush. Also, don't judge me. I have a really, really bad habit about not cleaning my brushes. If you know me in person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Clean your brushes, do as I say, not as I do. I'm using e.l.f.'s Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is one of my favorites. I also like for my concealer to dry down for a couple minutes before blending it out, so I'm gonna do that and then I'll be back. Recently, I've been wanting a little more coverage. With sponges, obviously it soaks up product, but I love the angle of this. I feel like it just blends out really nicely under the eye. And this brush also, it's not too dense, but it's also not too fluffy. And it hugs like right up under your waterline, so you get that beautiful blend. And then you can just kind of like feather it down to mix with your foundation. Anything that's left, I like to go ahead and start blending out a little. It's very, I mean, you can barely tell it's there, but I can see it in person. Just kind of like start to map out where I want my contour to be. I wanted to show you guys kind of a better example for the contour mapping, but I got a little concealer on the back of my hand here. I'm just gonna dab into it a little bit, but the angle of this brush is just perfect for kind of just a rough map of where you want your contour to be. That way you have a nice guideline for your cream bronzer if you're doing that, and if you're not, when you set it with powder, it's still gonna be slightly visible, so you know where to go in with your powders. I also use this brush for nose contouring, so I threw down a little nose contour and I have some concealer on the back of my hand, picked it up with my brush, but again, the angle is just flawless for carving out that nose contour and then just blending it right down into your concealer. I don't know, I just really like how versatile this brush is and you can get a lot out of it. So you can see like this side is a little bit more cleaned up than that side. I will say the only downside to this brush is the price point. I believe this retails for like 40 bucks or something like that. In my humble opinion, it is worth every single penny. This brush is so versatile. I've gotten so much use out of this. I think I've had it for like 4 or 5 years. And one day I just randomly picked it up because I remembered I had it. And I just used it to apply my concealer. And ever since I just use it all the time. It's such a good brush. 10 out of 10, highly recommend.